And welcome back to another episode of Break It Down Radio. This is me, Matt, and sitting next to me is my big brother, Scott. We're going to be, the title says it all. We're going to break everything down from Triple Mania. We're going to talk about AEW or WWE counter programming AEW. We're going to talk about,
Chris Jericho coming.
Chris Jericho's contract up, potentially coming back to WWE at the end of the year, and then the good, the bad, the ugly of the week in wrestling. What we thought was the good, what we thought was the bad, and what we thought was ugly from this week. You probably noticed we're just two of us. Reek's out there somewhere in the oblivion. Maybe he's getting deleted. I don't know. But welcome to our Friday show. It is the end of the week. It is definitely Friday. Kind of feels like a Monday from what I'm gathering from Scott. So let's get this show on the road. Let's talk about Triple Mania. The first WWE, it's the second WWE show produced, or AAA show produced by WWE. So what do you think before like we dive into like breaking it down? Hold on, I got to bring up the match card here. What do you think of the like overall?
Yeah, you could do I could do the good, bad, and ugly of that, right?
I mean, you're not wrong.
Someone's good, someone's bad, and man, I'll probably say something that was really bad in my opinion. Probably Matt liked, which is it's okay because that's why we do this show, because we share the opinions. The good I loved was when AJ Styles came back. I loved that part. I loved seeing him there. That was awesome. My other good was I loved when Rey Mysterio was there for that celebration of Conan. That was great. I'm not a fan of they brought two big boys back. My issue was what they put them in. We can talk about that as we walk through this AAA. Man, what's this? I've had enough of puppets. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, so as we walk through this, and sift through what was good, the bad, and the ugly of this. So we had the Battle Royal. It was interesting that it was they held it to 19 people. Is that what it was?
19.
They booked it proper with Omos winning. A giant like that should dominate in lucha wrestling. If you really think about it, they should never lose a match ever.
No.
Right?
Right. You're right. You're right.
But La Parka the third, it was the third variation of La Parka. That was kind of cool to see him. Yeah. I'm going to ask a question, and maybe you can answer it.
Yeah.
I know the world of wrestling popped when the dude, the mini guy, did his little finisher and pinned the guy 1, 2, 3 to eliminate him. Yeah. Now, whatever, because that's part of the rules. You can pin in these, right?
Right. Yep.
So it's like, okay, whatever. But and then Omos picks him up and treats him like Simba from The Lion King. You know what I mean? It's like hanya, and then he chucks him. It's like, come on.
Right. So that's my problem. You said it. Omos should have won that. That's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But in my opinion, you created a comedic ending, or a funny, not serious, picking up a small dude and chucking him, right? I mean, I didn't get into that. I was like, okay, I mean, yeah, whatever. Okay, let's move on. That was my opinion of that. Was it fun?
Of course, Cody Cornette would love that spot. Of course he would.
Sure, that was funny. It was. I'm not going to say I didn't laugh, but I was like, this is ridiculous. And it's my opinion. It was ridiculous. I mean, okay, it made no sense. All I guess.
I mean,
Cody Cornette in here every week. Cody, you pop in here every week. Why don't you make an appearance, man?
We missed your fat face. Your ugly fat face. We missed it.
You make it interesting. As I work, it didn't stop you any other time.
Come on, why is it?
But yeah, I don't know.
So the next one, I don't speak fluent Mexican or Japanese or anything like that, so I'm gonna butcher these names. The AAA Latin American Championship was the next one. Wagner Jr., because I'm not going to try to do his full name. And Matthias. I'm probably butchered that name, but whatever. That was that was a pretty solid match as well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, these matches weren't bad. Like, it's lucha wrestling, and it's different from what we see week to week with the WWE, and I think that's refreshing to see that.
Right. I mean, it's a hell of a show. I mean, really, I can't say it's because you're like you said, man. It's different. It gave you another look at another type of wrestling, that you don't see. And I hope they continue it. I really do. I hope
the mixed trios match.
Is that when Otis showed up?
No, that's Otis was in the Battle Royal.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was in the. See, I watched bits and pieces. I was so busy. I was watching pieces by piece.
This is when Dinamento showed up.
Okay. And see, that's for me.
I laughed when Finn pulled out his puppet. I laughed.
I mean, I did too.
Did I like it? Did I think it was necessary? No. But it popped the crowd. It was there for one reason, and that's to appeal to the younger kids.
Now, that's the same match that Lizard Boy brought his puppet or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So
Mr. Iguana?
Mr.
Iguana is the next big thing in wrestling, bro.
Yeah, man. He really is. He showed up at Raw. But I get that part. Okay, so now Mr. Iguana has his puppet, so Finn Balor has his puppet. Now Finn Balor's puppet looks sick as hell. I think I'd probably go out and buy one if it wasn't so freaking much.
$100 at WWE shop.
Nah. Nope. I ain't gonna buy $100 puppet. Sorry.
I mean, I can make one. Hold on.
I mean, it was just, I don't know. They did a good when they did that and they tried to pull that off, and they did a really good job. When they did it, it was very good planning because they put that, it was good. I just didn't like it.
Hi, I'm Mr. Sacco. Oh my God. Yeah, I did that. Fuck off.
You did that. I will clip that. I'll put that on freaking TikTok.
No, I mean, because I had a discussion with a friend of the program. Since he doesn't want to come on, since he's not able to come on the show, he doesn't get that extra. He doesn't get the rub, if you will. I had a conversation with the third friend of the program, and he feels that this all but guarantees Finn never to touch the world title again. I disagree. And I can give you loads of examples. Mick Foley talked to a fucking puppet. Guess what he ended up doing? He was the world champion. Stardust, one of the worst gimmicks of all time. Guess who's your world champion now? Cody Rhodes played Stardust. Nikki from the Spirit Squad. Bullshit gimmick. Guess what? He was the world champion. Guess what his name was? Dolph Ziggler. One of the most dominant WWE Women's Champion of all time used to be an Irish jig dancer in NXT. Her name's the Man, Becky Lynch. Alexa Bliss is another one. She was a cheerleader. Now she's one of the baddest bitches on the planet. So one match, one gimmick doesn't kill someone at all. And I will, that's my hill to die on. You can come and try it. You don't bother trying to sway me because I'm not swaying here. I'm giving you facts.
Look at Santino Marella. I mean, he had the thing.
I mean, he wasn't a world champion.
No, but he's doing big things. He's leading TNA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I look at not a bad gimmick, but R-Truth. You know, he was not a gimmick, I wouldn't say, but he was kind of crazy back in the backstage. They used him a lot back. Now he's been, I don't know, I think he's an amazing person. He's an amazing wrestler. But you hit on a great, I did not realize Becky Lynch was, she did that.
Irish jig dancer in NXT.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I don't think it was it a goofy match because yes, he pulled out a puppet and he had a puppet versus puppet portion of the match. Yes, it was goofy. But guess who ended up going over in that match? Finn and his guys. So was it really that big of a deal that they wrestled with puppets? I don't think so. He still finished the match at strong.
Right, like you were saying, I think you were saying off camera, you know, Triple A fed to the kids, to the younger generation. And hey, if that's what you're doing to market it, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, but all 6 of these people looked really good.
Yeah.
Like, say what you want about Mr. Iguana. Like, you can, whatever. The one that I didn't care for was the dude that pulled a hamburger out of his freaking singlet.
Yeah.
And come on.
Yeah. So
really?
Yeah.
But
now, who was
whatever.
that guy? I think there was the guy that showed up on Monday Night Raw. He's a champion over there. What was his name? That
El Vikingo.
Yeah, that guy, man, he can go.
Oh, we'll get to him here in a few minutes. Pagano and Cyclo Clown was next against Los Garza for in a street fight for the AAA Tag Team Championship. I'm glad they gave it back to the AAA guys.
Yeah.
Because as everyone knows, I hate it when we give titles to people that are outside of your company. I don't like it. I think it's dumb. But Pagano and Psycho Clown, those 2 guys are insane.
Yes, they are.
Psycho Clown's nuts, dude. Like that guy was doing shit that I was like, oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%, man. That's one thing I can say about Lucha Wrestling, man. They do some crazy ass stuff that you're like, dude, how the hell are you even walking?
Well, and they tell the story to go with it.
Yes.
You know, they tell a story to go with it, and it's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Flammer and defeated Fabi. It's the 3-way match for the AAA Women's title.
Okay.
even though she didn't win, I felt the best performer of that match was Natty.
100%. 100%.
I love her low-key legend gimmick that she's doing. It's low-key legend Natty. And I'm glad. I really hope WWE lets her do that. But she went on record to say that she doesn't want to bring it to WWE because she feels like WWE would dumb it down and not let her do what she wants.
Right.
Like she doesn't want it to lose its edge.
Right.
Because she feels like that's what would happen.
It's possible that could happen, yeah.
So what'd you think about that match?
I mean, it just again, it goes back to Evolve or goes back to whatever. It just showed that this women's division is getting there. It's getting better and better and better. They put over Natty. That was awesome. She deserves it. The right person won. A lot of action. I mean, they were doing things that I'm like, oh my God, that's pretty cool. So I had nothing to say bad about that match at all.
And then the main event.
Yeah.
Del Vikingo, the champion of AAA, gets booed out of the building. How crazy is that?
That's nuts, man.
He gets booed out of the building. That'd be like Cody Rhodes walking out next weekend. They're in Paris the next weekend. That'd be like him walking out at WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis and just getting booed for no reason.
Right.
It was weird.
So
and
nobody
Dom gets just a hero's welcome. Like everyone just loved Dom. I'm like, this is just weird.
Yeah. Does anybody know why he got booed?
I have no clue. Because he's not El Grande Americano.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That match was, I mean, it just showed how good Dominic is. And I said that.
Oh, Dirty Dom will be a world champion soon.
As I watch him more and more, he's impressive. As he said on that video we watched last week, he's the best Mysterio in the business. So he
absolutely.
He showed how good he was. And I have to give him props. But I did like the ending where he got screwed over.
I mean, AJ Styles will go he will travel all over the world to screw you over.
Yep, he did.
And I love it. AJ is just an amazing performer, and yeah. And shout out real quick if he's out there watching. Shout out to Sean, Alpha Wolf Sean. If you follow him on over there at Uncensored Society, he's over there quite frequently on theirs, doing predictions and whatnot. Shout out to him. Yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday to him. And coming up on Monday, we have Cody Cornette's birthday. Happy birthday to both of those dudes. Hope you guys have a one, Cody. And I'm sure I'll. So yeah, there's that.
Well, we can't get out of there without talking about Rey Mysterio had the honor of presenting Conan being inducted to AAA. So that was pretty cool. Just to see Conan finally get flowers, and that was cool to watch. Who else would you want to do it than Rey Mysterio? That was pretty.
Well, absolutely.
Pretty on point.
So I mentioned WrestlePalooza, right? Mm-hmm. That's September 20th. So we're a month or a little less than a month away. A lot of people want to say that they're WWE is counter programming everything AEW is doing. Like every pay-per-view, WWE is scheduling something on the same day, same time to force viewers to watch something else. What are your thoughts about that? Like, how do you feel? Like, do you feel the same way? Or do you think it's just a...
So when you sent me the topics, right? You sent me those topics, and I was interested because the topic read AEW WWE counteracting, and I was like, "What's he mean by that?" So I googled what you meant by that, and as I'm reading what that really means, I can see good and I can see bad. Right? The good I see is it just shows us as a fan, it sucks because now we got to pick. Do we watch this or do we watch this? And as a business standpoint, when you give two choices, now all eyes aren't going to be on this and this. And then, because they're at the same time, I assume, right?
I believe so, yes.
So that's causes a problem. I mean, as content creators, we don't do reactions, so it don't really bother me because I can flip back and forth. But these content creators now have to, which are making, a lot of them that are good enough, make money doing this. So this is going to cause a problem. Do I cover this? Do I cover this? So that's my first thing. What do you do? I don't know. It sucks in that way. But it doesn't suck if, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I can see both sides, really. Us fans are getting what we want, right? Us fans are getting big shows. But how do you choose all in? Is it all in or all out? How do you choose all out or WrestlePalooza? I can tell you WrestlePalooza because it's the first WrestlePalooza ever. That's what's bullshit about WWE, I think. They made up a fucking PLE.
Well,
the Counter-Strike all out, in my opinion. Because I don't know if TKO is feared. Are they fearing that this pay-per-view that AEW is putting out? Because it's a stacked card. That card is amazing. Is that why they did this? If that is, that's in my opinion, that's stupid.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if they. It's obviously counter programming. It's clearly obvious. They're gonna make the main event or the number one, because I don't think Cody is gonna end up being there. I think it's gonna because he's gonna go off, and I think he starts filming a movie here in the next month or so. So he probably won't be there, but the main event will probably be Brock Lesnar, John Cena.
Right.
Oh, sure. And as far as making up a pay-per-view, WrestlePalooza was an ECW pay-per-view back in the day. It was WrestlePalooza. It is also a name of a name of a show that First Wrestling out of Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, runs. It is also a show of theirs, and it even has its own belt. So it's kind of one of those things that probably WWE probably paid a ton of money for that, or whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, I think with WrestlePalooza, that's the first one that's going to be on ESPN.
How ironic. They were supposed to start ESPN on January 1st. Here's another thing. Let's put it on September 20th to Counter-Strike all out. In my opinion, I wrote this down. WWE's actions indicate they now view AEW as a serious competitor. And I don't know if that's. I mean, that's just my thoughts because I like AEW, but I mean, I know that they met their Peacock quarter of live events. I get that, but this with taking it from the January 1st start time for ESPN, moving it to September 20th, that shows me it's exactly what you said. It's a counter strike. Why are you that worried that you're going to lose fans? And I wish WWE would understand they're not going to lose the fan base. The WWE people that love WWE and hate AEW, they're gonna still hate it whether you put it on the same night or a different night. No one. So I think it's pointless.
I will be straight up with you. I'm gonna watch WWE. I'm gonna watch WrestlePalooza before I watch AEW. Because I'm not paying for. I'm not paying $80 to watch All Out.
I get that.
And I think WWE, the only thing WWE has done with this whole ESPN deal is that has really gotten me upset is the whole Peacock thing. So Saturday night's main event will not be shown on NBC. It will be shown strictly on and only on Peacock, along with any NXT pay-per-views going forward.
You got to have Peacock.
You have to have Peacock. You have to have Peacock to watch Saturday night's main event or any NXT PLEs.
That's like what, $9, $10?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. I was talking to Rico. Is Netflix still going to have Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
Now we have $20 or $25. Yeah. Now we have $35. And then we have to have ESPN. But like you said, if you have your ESPN channel, you have ESPN no matter what. So that's really, I don't know. I think it's a marketing thing. I think TKO, I mean, as from a business standpoint, I think they're brilliant.
Well, TKO also sold their streaming rights to Paramount for UFC. So everything UFC is going to be over there for free. So if you have Paramount Plus, which I do through you,
yeah.
UFC, let's go. Maybe we'll start covering that on a weekly basis. I don't know. But this whole thing is making me...
What's going on, Matt?
What's going on there, Duelist? Thank you for joining. Thank you again, Cody. We love you, and thank you for joining as well. I don't know. Everything lately, and I've said this since TKO's took over, and I noticed the uptick of prices and whatnot for WWE events and everything along those lines. It's been a slow at first uptick of increases, but we are starting to see a faster rise in stuff. For Lollapalooza, for WrestlePalooza in Indianapolis, floor seats for that event is pushing $5,000 for fucking floor seats.
Alan Owens, another content creator, so check him out. He's great. I love what he does. It's opinion, right? He's sponsored by TickPicks. So TickPicks, third row back on the entrance aisle, not where you hang over the guardrail, but 3 rows back from that. He was showing prices on TickPick for $6,400
for one seat.
One seat. He said, by the time it will be less than 6,000. But for one seat, and if you're gonna do that, and now that I know that WrestlePalooza was a ECW event, I better see some ECW style shit. If you're gonna take an event that I won't, but I want to as a fan, only because we've had a couple ECW guys on, in the last couple of months. I wish they would do it. I mean, if you're gonna do WrestlePalooza, one spot I want to see. I want a match that does the ECW where they fill the ring with chairs. I'd love to see that.
You'll never see that again. I
wish I could see. That was probably one of the best things, man. It's a crazy amount of money for a ticket.
It's stupid. And the only thing that's really kind of stayed right here, like even through the whole thing, is their merch stuff. Like their shirts are still pushing $30, $35 a shirt.
Yep.
And their belts are still about $300-$400 a piece, depending on a little higher when you get into the better quality. But it's still the fact remains, you're still charging ungodly amount to sit and watch the show. Because so you buy that $6,000 ticket, right? You buy that seat for $6,000, and the show starts at 7 Eastern time, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'm a dude. I like to eat. I go to these events, and a pop, some nachos for me alone.
$30.
You're talking like $30.
Yep.
And then and I got to do that. I got to do that 3 times. I mean, granted, we can get seats in the upper level, but those are about $400 a piece because So I mean, either way, I'm dropping like $3,000 just to go. I mean, I don't know. To me, it's not worth it. And if they continue to do this, and make it not family friendly is what it really comes down to. Yeah, I know I sound like Nick 830 there for a minute, but it's just not family. You can't take your family and have a good time anymore because they have made these events. And I saw this coming when TKO took over. Because once TKO took over, you saw the celebrities at ringside. I was like, all right, game over, fellas. We're not, and I said that, and I said that in the group chat, and I will continue to say that and remind people I told you this was coming.
Right. Well, they're already doing. I mean, you're right. I even said that when I agreed with you. I think the first time you said it, because I love watching UFC. I watch it on when they do their I watched 319 UFC 319 over the weekend. That place, they were in Vegas, I think, and they were in Philly, one or the other, and that place was filled. It was filled with celebrity everywhere, like within the 10 rows, Then everything back, but the price of those tickets were outrageous too. Not $6,000, but it's hard to watch, like you said. You can't even go to an event. I mean, I don't know.
That's why when they got rid of the house shows, when WWE got rid of their house shows completely, I was like, all right, I'm still gonna watch the product. I'm still gonna be a fan, but I might have to look for a different machine to get behind, a different promotion to invest my time in, because I want to be able to take my kid, I want to be able to take my family to these events and have a good time and not have to get a mortgage just for tickets.
Right.
So next up on the list, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, he has been just all over the news lately and the dirt sheets. I know we love to read the dirt sheets. I try not to, but it's really hard to not look at a name like Chris Jericho and not see the stuff that they're saying about him, how the vibe in AEW is he's not going to re-sign. He's not going to re-up because he wants to come back and have his last run with WWE. Again, these are all rumors. He's still 100% under contract with AEW. This is just a talking point. I kind of wish Rico was here because I'd love to hear what he has to say about Chris Jericho. But from your view, what do you think about the whole Chris Jericho thing? Do you think he ends up coming back, or do you think once his contract's over with, he just rides off in the sunset?
I mean, I believe that Chris Jericho, I believe the rumors are true that he wants to end his career in WWE. He has done so much, whether good or bad, for AEW. And he's one of those guys that we talk about that could, wrestle them up and make them look better. He puts people over. He's really good at putting people over. A lot of the shit he did in WWE, the list, all that good stuff, balls, Raj Jericho. I loved all that stuff. I think he'd be a good, maybe not in ring all the time, but PR. Maybe I think he'd be a good pickup if WWE misses this or balks on it. I think they're missing something that could potentially improve the younger generation, the younger product. I think it would be a great thing for Jericho to get picked up by WWE. But he can still, he does what he does. That's Chris Jericho. If WWE passes on him, they're dumb.
Well, I think Raph, you were kind of headed in the right direction. I don't think if we do get a Jericho re-signing, I don't think we won't see him until the Rumble.
Right.
Because I think if he re-signs, and if they do it right, they need to keep him quiet. Shoot, have him go on tour with his band Fozzy over in Europe. Just let him do what he needs, do his music for a while, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 at the Royal Rumble. I would love to see him bring Judas to the WWE, but I think more people would know who he is through Break the Walls Down. Because they are going to be in Saudi for Royal Rumble.
Right. If they bring him back at Royal Rumble, there's, he can't. I don't see it. He can't.
Obviously,
win
he's not going to win.
Yeah.
But
I don't want, if he comes back to WWE for one last ride or one last run, he's 54 years old, right? I don't want him to screw up his name by poor booking, or WWE mess up him because of poor booking. I don't know what they would do with him.
Jericho's 54. He's 54 years old.
I don't know what they would do with him. And he's in these what do they call it in AEW? The big stadium events. That's what he always is in. He's with these all the trios matches and 6-man tag team matches and all these whatever spots that AEW likes to do. I don't know, he'd be a great asset, but I'm not sure in what way.
I think he would be a better talent coach and a better and I'm not saying this to be funny, but it'd almost be like taking the idea of the Jericho learning tree that he's using in AEW and bringing it to the backstage area of WWE and be like, and again, I'm going to steal one of his catchphrases, drink it in, man. Just like learn from one of the all-time greats.
Yes.
Because love him or hate him, he is one of the best characters, one of the best technical wrestlers. And just, he's just an amazing person to learn from. And I agree with Cody on this one. Him and HBK and NXT would start being a top brand in wrestling. Like you put those two guys in charge of NXT, Hunter better watch his ass because he might have himself like the premier. I mean, NXT's already starting to do this. They're starting to climb. Yeah. And I think they're the third best show in all of wrestling right now, NXT. Because and number 4 is AEW. TNA is number 5. And I'm sorry to say it. I want it to be AEW 5 and TNA 4, but the big 3 are Raw, NXT, and SmackDown, and then AEW, then TNA.
I will say this: if I had to pick between SmackDown and NXT, I think SmackDown is losing some steam, and they need to pick it back up. I remember when SmackDown was the show.
I mean, that was when Roman was there. That was when Roman was the tribal chief.
True. Yep. Just saying.
So now we're getting towards the end of the show. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Before we get into that, a favorite of a couple of us on the show, Karrion Kross, has been spotted and it's been advertised that he will be at HOG's next big show, next event. I mean, there is no working relationship between HOG, House of Glory Wrestling, and WWE. There is no working there. So, is this a work? I'm gonna ask the audience. Is this the? I mean, are we still thinking it's a work? Are we finally saying, maybe it is a shoot. Maybe he is done with WWE for the time being. In my opinion, I think it's not a work. I think it's an absolute shoot. And if Rico watches this back, don't get worried about your boy Killer Kross, because I have a feeling. Remember how many ever years ago it's been. There's a guy wasn't being used correctly. They gave him a bullshit gimmick like Stardust. He got released. Immediately after he got released, he started popping up at these indie shows. Immediately became an indie darling. Immediately everyone loved him. And he did one of these. Join the Bullet Club. Boom. Hit it big in New Japan. Boom. He's big on TNA. Boom. He starts his own company, helps start AEW. Boom. Becomes TNT champion. Boom. Has one of the greatest matches in AEW history with him and his brother Dustin. Boom. Just keep it. It's hit after hit after hit with Cody at that point. He comes back to WWE, steals the show with Seth Rollins on night 1 of WrestleMania, and now he's a world champion. So let's not get too worked up about Karrion Kross leaving and going to HOG. Let's let Killer Kross cook. Hopefully he can build that momentum and comes back and he's a badass for WWE later on down the road.
100% agree. I 100% agree with you, Matt. I 100% agree with you. I do believe it's a shoot. 100%. Not a work at all. I think WWE missed it. I do like your analogy with the Cody Rhodes comparison. All those highlights. There comes a time where Karrion Kross is great, and in HOG he's going to be well used. I think he's going to go through the. I bet you he'll go through the Indies. I know he will. Inside sources say. That's where I have to leave that at that. But I think if he does spend some time in the Indies, HOG, wherever else he wants to go, work his way back around, and he might be the next big thing. He might come in and who knows, a year from now, show up. But you're right. If he does that, they better do a better job at hiding the fact that he's going to come back, because I think they didn't hide a lot of stuff. I mean, everybody popped big when Cody Rhodes came back, but a lot of us knew he was coming, right? But I just think that it's a shoot. I think Karrion Kross is going to do his own thing for a while. Hopefully we'll see him around the indie circuit at some promotions. And I think he'll be perfectly fine.
To answer Cody's question, isn't HOG owned by Booker T? No, it is not. It is owned by 90s hip-hop artist Master P. The guy that goes, make you say, nah, nah, nah. That's who owns HOG.
Let me see. I got to see something because this will make sense.
But I really hope that that's the lineage that we see a similar not similar timeline, but similar trajectory that Kross has. Because I think Kross is more over with the fans than Cody was when he was Stardust and left.
I mean, when he goes to HOG, he's going to be amongst some big names.
Yeah, HOG's got.
That's where Zilla is.
I mean, the Hardys are over there constantly.
Yep.
I'm just trying to get their roster here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I want Karrion Kross to really hit it big.
Yeah.
I want. So he's got yeah, there's a lot of
Matt Riddle even shows up there.
Carlito went back there.
So hey, you can't blame a guy, right?
Leo Rush is over there.
Yep.
He's a very good talent. Indy Hartwell's over there.
Yep. Another miss.
So is Shotzi. Shotzi spent time there. I think she went back there.
Another miss.
So HOG is a very, very good smaller promotion. I would put it on and a lot of people that watch MLW. I would watch HOG over MLW. And that's saying a lot because we've had former MLW champion Alex Kane on here. But I think HOG is just more, I don't know, it just has more lineage than MLW. Yeah. It's been around a little bit longer, and it's a little bit better in my opinion. Right. The good for the week for me is that the puppet didn't show up on Monday Night Raw. No, I kid. The good is that we made it through another week of wrestling, and it was honestly, like I said on Tuesday, the Bayley promo.
Yeah.
That promo that Bayley put on was insane. The good from AAA to me, again, it was Natty and Dom, like both of them just doing great stuff. The bad and the ugly at the same time. Demonento, a puppet appearing on a PLE is not needed, but it is what it is. That was my least favorite part of wrestling for the week. And the ugly. Here's one for the ugly. The internet wrestling community is the ugly. Treat each other with respect, guys. Come on. Yep. I know no one who I'm addressing right now will ever see this, but newsflash, you don't know everything. You're not Dave Meltzer. You're not Chris Van Vliet. You're not Sean Ross Sapp. And quit trying to be like them, please. Go about the fandom. Don't be fickle. Don't be selfish. Watch the product and enjoy it for what it is. I've said this ad nauseum. I'm a broken record at this point. But that is, it's silly. It's silly to think that you know more than the next person.
My good is, it's the Hulk Hogan thing is dying down. No, not using the word die for that purpose, but more respect has been given here lately, and I think that's good. Now, you're talking about Natty. When you say Natty, you're talking about Natalia?
Yes.
I think she just received an award at the Cauliflower Alley Club this weekend at in Vegas.
Nice.
So that was cool for her to get that award. My another good is Christian and Edge are kind of getting back together in AEW. But my big pop was Luchasaurus came back. He got revived and he's back, so that was pretty cool. Of course, I'm an AEW guy. I like that stuff. So
they dug him up. They dug him up.
He was on a table, whatever. Bad, constant injuries. So we need to pray. We need to support these guys like Dustin Rhodes. He went down with an injury. He had surgery. Double knee replacement. We talk about people that are in it. He's another guy that should be in it backstage, maybe. Just saying. Ugly. My ugly was Omos and the midgets. I just couldn't get behind that. And I shouldn't say that word. Omos against the micro wrestlers. How about that? I didn't like it. I couldn't get behind it. I thought that was bad. That's not really bad. I don't have no bads to say. I mean, no, I don't have nothing bad to say. Except for, I agree. Let's all get along, man. I mean, let's all get along. That's it. There's not everybody in the internet community gets along. And I think it's what makes our show special, Matt, is the ones that are involved with HPE. Even I'll put Cody Cornette in that group. We can bounce stuff off of each other and not be a problem. Because why? Because we can come to each other and share how we feel. That's what makes Huge Pop Entertainment family. Everybody else, they call themselves family, but when you argue and bitch and complain and make fun of, that's when it gets bad. And it'll never stop. So that'll probably be my bad every or ugly every week. That's all I gotta say.
So, well, we've been doing this for 55 minutes. Let's plug some. Let's shameless plug this thing real quick. Next Tuesday is episode 4 of the Blood Feud Radio. I think we might have to revisit it if Reese is listening. might have to reevaluate what we do, like as far as our show name, because it's not really fitting what we're doing. But that's whatever. It's a work in progress. Anyway, Blood Feud Radio back at you at 3:15 Eastern Standard, 3:25 Eastern Standard Time, 3:25 to 4:25 ish, Tuesday. You have something going Tuesdays as well, right? Or is that Wednesdays?
Monday I do Collision recap, and Wednesday I will be doing, starting September 3rd, be doing old school wrestling. That'll be interesting.
Okay. And then Thursday rolls around, we're talking football. Next week is the premiere episode, is the season 2 episode of Breaking the Huddle. And we're going to talk. I have games picked out for Andrew, myself, and Scott to pick. I think there's one from each conference, and then obviously we're picking the CMU and the Michigan games. And then we're going to talk the NFL and pick the winners. I don't know if we're going to really pick winners for next week for that. No, we don't, because the NFL kicks off the following week. Right. So we're going to pick winners for college. We're going to talk a little bit more about the NFL at the end of that. So it's going to be Andrew's debut episode for Breaking the Huddle. And again, that one's at 3:25 Eastern Standard Time. And then, of course, next Friday, a week from today, we're back at it. Hopefully, Rico can figure out how to work his computer.
2:30, right?
Same time.
2 p.m.
Same time as today. 3 o'clock, 3:25 Eastern Standard Time. 2:25 Central. So, and again, I want to give a shout out to Rafi, Cody Cornett, Matt Duelist. Of course, Cody Cornett, happy birthday again on Monday. If you see that ugly bastard out there walking the green earth on Monday, give him a happy birthday and a punch to the nuts from this guy. And then yesterday, again, it was Sean Alpha Wolf. His birthday was yesterday, and happy birthday to that as well.
Don't forget to go to the YouTube channel. It's at Huge Pop Wrestling. Check the videos out. Check the interviews out. Solid interview was last couple days ago with ECW original referee. Stories about all the fan interactions and how crazy those ECW fans were and how dangerous they were. He'll tell the story of the amazing chair-filled ring story. He was given one instruction when chairs were started flying, and Tommy Dreamer looked at him and said, "Get under the ring. This is going to go crazy." And he crawled under that ring for 20 minutes. He stayed there until he got to clear. He goes, "There's so many chairs in that ring that was unbelievable." Go watch that show. It was good. Matt's show. I watched the Tuesday show. Incredible show. Reese and him do a great job. Watch that show. It's Tuesday. Matt plugged that already. Just go to the YouTube channel, subscribe, follow us. That way you can get up-to-date videos and stuff that we put on.
And we're 2 months away, because August to September, September to October. October 23rd, a month, 2 months from today, we will have. Was it all right? We've already really not announced it. We're going to have Buff Bagwell on here. He's going to talk about his time being part of the American Males. He'll be talking about his struggles, his triumphs, his struggles, his life story, and it'll be a great conversation. Make sure you're here October 23rd at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 Central, and it should be a lot of fun.
I'm not promising it's going to be less than 1 hour. He said I can go 2 hours. So bring your popcorn, bring your questions, sit back, relax, and watch us talk to Buff Bagwell. Matt, take it out.
And you know, I just want to. I want to send a special message from, and this is from. I got to actually talk to you directly, Scott, when I say this. Reese and I want him and I have something that we need to like really tell you something. Fire us, you fucking mark.